The Jesus Trilogy, The Four Messiahs, Chapter 10. "Morning, Mary," Elizabeth said cheerily. "Morning." Mary was not completely awake yet and sounded like it. Elizabeth was happy Mary had slept until 10. She had time to send Zacharias off to Amy and Marion's. "I made you a breakfast, eggs, bacon, and toast. Do you prefer tea or juice? I remember you liking tea. Your mother can't be without it, can she?" The one-sided conversation continued. "Zacharias had to go to visit some parishioners, so now we can talk. He hates to listen to women talk, well, especially now." She didn't mean it quite the way it sounded. "Where did he have a stroke?" The tea woke up Mary a little. "How do you like your eggs?" "I'll just have toast. I'm a little queasy in the mornings." Whoops, Mary thought, then continued. "I had a virus a while back." That was true, but it was not the reason for the current nausea. "Well, at least you didn't lose your voice," Elizabeth said, laughing. "Yeah," Mary said weakly. "Well, Zacharias and I talked it over, and I've decided to tell you the news." Elizabeth put the toast on Mary's placemat. "Oh, what is that?" Mary said, perking up a little. "I hope it's good news." "Oh, yes, yes," Elizabeth exclaimed a little too loudly. "Well, you won't believe it, but I'm going to tell you anyway." Her voice was softer. She squeezed Mary's hand and said, "Zach and I are going to have a baby." In reaching for Mary's hand, she knocked over the glass of orange juice. "Oh, Mary, Mary, I'm sorry." The juice ran off the table and into Mary's lap, staining her robe. Elizabeth reached for the towel. Mary said, "Don't worry about it, Elizabeth." As she uttered the words, it hit her. "What? An orphan? An adoption? Or did somebody die and leave you a baby?" "No." "But how? How can it be? You're..." Elizabeth stood up and turned to the side. Her silhouette was easy to see in the morning sun. Elizabeth put her hand on her stomach and said, "I'm pregnant." Mary nearly fell off her chair. She opened her mouth, but nothing came out. "I'm 6 months pregnant," Elizabeth said, stretching out each word. "See, I've already got some stretch marks starting." She pulled open her robe to show Mary. Mary did not believe what she saw. "But..." She again tried to speak, but again no sound came. "I'm 6 months pregnant, due August 1st. "But you're old." Mary knew she shouldn't have said it, but she couldn't stop herself. It was true. Elizabeth was old, and oh no, Mary then thought, maybe Zacharias wasn't the father. She continued to think wildly. Maybe Elizabeth was carrying the Messiah. Maybe she... No, the angel had said she, Mary, was to carry the Messiah. Maybe it was all a dream. Maybe she wasn't pregnant at all. But then she remembered and blurted out, "You aren't a virgin, are you?" "What?" "Mary, you're in shock," Elizabeth said. "Listen to me. It's true. Old Zacharias and I are expecting. Zach is not as old as he looks, and well, I'm in great shape for 60, she said. "I can't believe it." "And Zach is the father?" She turned her silhouette toward Mary again. "What do you think of this shape, Mary?" "Wonderful. I'm so happy for you." Mary had never been more relieved in her life. "Well, act happy," Elizabeth ordered, puzzled. "Congratulations. You look wonderful." She was effusive now, her fears being dispelled. "That toast hit the spot, Elizabeth. Can I have another piece and some more juice?" Mary was now fully recovered from the shock. She was afraid to talk, but she felt she had to return the favor. "I'll put your robe in the wash basin to soak when you're done." "Elizabeth, I have some news for you as well," Mary said cautiously. "What is it, Mary? New boyfriend, new job, or is it something else? I know you got a scholarship." Elizabeth had a knack for dominating any conversation, a habit that tended to drive people nuts, but Mary was patient and a very good person. "Good thing." "No, it's not that," she said. "What then?" "It's well, I'm kind of like you." "Oh, no, Mary, you're young," and Elizabeth's face turned white. "Mary, you're not..." For once, she was lost for words. "Yes," Mary nodded her head in the affirmative, recovering quickly as she was prone to do. Elizabeth said, "That's why your mother sent you up here." "Yeah, I needed to get away from everything for a while." "I'm glad you came, Mary. Who is the father? I suppose some boyfriend. Is he going to marry you or just walk away?" "What's your mother think?" Suddenly Elizabeth realized that maybe Sarah didn't know Mary was pregnant at all. "You did tell your mom, didn't you?" "Of course." "Well," Elizabeth wanted to know the rest. "Well, I'm not like you, but I'm not... I should say you're not. I'm a married woman." "I'm a married woman, too." "You're what?" "I'm a married, pregnant woman," Mary reiterated. "Joseph and I were married yesterday." Not often was Elizabeth lost for words, but twice in one day was definitely a first. So Mary continued, I'm pregnant with the Messiah. God planted his seed in me, and Joseph is to be the earthly father. Oh, Elizabeth suddenly cried out. It's the baby. He's moving. He's moving for the first time. Come here quick and put your hand on my tummy. She was overjoyed. Tears streamed down her face, and so did they on Mary's. The two embraced in spite of their plump tummies. You feel him? Yes, yes, I do. Mary felt the warm stomach and the movement of the tiny baby. Oh, Mary, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I was never sure until this moment. Tears continued to run down her face. Finally, she sat down. Your baby is really the Messiah. Yes, he is, Mary said. If your baby is the Messiah, but then my baby is the cousin of the Messiah. Mary, I am so happy for us. Elizabeth had been listening very closely to Mary and now began to realize that 2 plus 2 is not adding up.